When you think about starting something new, is the first thought in your head, what are people going to think? And if it is, why should they decide before you even begin? That moment where you decide to pursue something new, to challenge yourself, or to try something different, and you immediately feel apprehensive about how your friends or the people you love might perceive you. So the question then becomes, should you let their perception alter your path? Or should you avoid even sharing it at all? When I say avoid oversharing, I don't mean keeping secrets. I mean not feeling the need to announce everything to the world. When you decide to do something for yourself, stepping out of your comfort zone, do you really need to extend yourself for approval? So let's address that first part. Why shouldn't you let people's perception alter your decision? Speaking as someone who grew up seeking validation and honestly still works on that, it's easy to say things like, don't care what people think, or you don't need validation. It sounds great in theory, but it's incredibly difficult in practice. We're social beings. Validation plays a role in survival. So the solution isn't, don't seek validation. The solution is, care about your opinions more than you care about theirs. Care about what sparks your interest. Care about what energizes you. If an activity excites you, if it makes you curious, if it makes you want to pursue it deeper, and someone's perception of how it fits you shouldn't take priority. Because people will always perceive, people will always judge, they'll always have opinions, and that doesn't change. When you start building your own principles, your own worldview, your own understanding of what drives you, that's what launches you forward. That internal approval is the foundation for truly blooming into something. People don't know you the way you know you. People can't see your resilience. They can't see the version that you're capable of becoming. Only you can. So if you let them decide that for you, you've already written yourself off. You've already shown yourself that you don't fully believe in yourself. And if you let someone else's prediction of your reality dictate your outcome, you've already signaled to yourself that failure is acceptable before you've even started. Now the second part. Should you involve people if you have the option not to? If you are in a transition phase, if you're building something, and if you're not yet strong enough to withstand constant questioning, subtle judgment, or doubt, then no, you don't have to share everything. You don't owe people access to every version of you. This monologue series is a good example. I'm not hiding it. The goal is to spread the message, and if someone relates, if someone finds value, then that's amazing. But I'm not aggressively promoting it. I'm not blasting it everywhere. I'm not, sharing it in my bio. I'll share a small preview, I'll add a link, and if that sparks interest, then the access is there. Why? Because I know this content isn't necessarily for all my friends. It might not be their style, and that's okay. I'd rather the algorithm find the people who are already curious in this direction, people who want to improve, people who are reflective, who are searching. And the same applies to you. If you are pursuing something niche, surround yourself with people who approach you with a clean slate. People who don't have preconceived notions of who you are. People who aren't filtering your growth through your past identity. Sometimes it's powerful to have a space that isn't tied to your personal history. Because even when friends are supportive, which many are, they don't always know how to support you. They don't always know how to challenge you constructively, and sometimes that distraction, even if well-intentioned, can become noise. There's a difference between constructive challenge and constant unsolicited commentary. When you're building something fragile, when you're building something new, you don't need to test your resilience against both the challenge and people's opinion at the same time. Sometimes compartmentalizing your life is strategic, sometimes it's necessary, and sometimes it's protective. So no, you don't have to announce everything, and no, you shouldn't let perception dictate your pursuit. Back yourself first. Because if you don't choose yourself early, you'll spend years trying to recover that version of you that was brave enough to start. So that was my rant on this. I appreciate you all for listening. I'll see you guys next week.